Hi, I'm Ron. Most doctors view high blood sugar as a death sentence, but you're about to discover why it may be bad science that's deadly, plus, how to quickly put a stop to the damage high blood sugar does to your body, and the number one worst food type for your body, period, that's deadly for anyone with a high A1C. Hint, it's deceptively labeled in stores as a health food. Now, recent scientific evidence exposes a glaring hole in how modern medicine assesses and treats blood sugar disorders. In fact, there's one specific blood sugar level that directly contributes to Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, kidney failure, nerve damage, blindness, gangrene, and stroke, as well as other terrible degenerations, yet it's not even measured by most medical tests. And because it's ignored, conventional medical targets are not below this toxic level where the damage eventually becomes permanent. That's why it's critically important that today you learn what I've uncovered, because eventually the damage from these toxic blood sugar levels becomes permanent and irreversible. Yet in the next few minutes, I'll share the one simple step you can take today to stay out of toxic territory, avoid the degeneration everyone assumes you must suffer with a blood sugar disorder, and, believe it or not, if you act on what you hear, you could become healthier than those who don't suffer from this condition. You'll soon see how. And remember, as shocking as it gets, everything you hear is 100% backed by hard medical science. Yet you won't read about it on the American Diabetes Association website or in any medical journals, and most likely, your doctor doesn't even know it yet. That's because the medical industry turns to big pharmaceutical companies to educate and find answers for them. And Big Pharma won't look at this because they can't slap a patent on it and make billions selling it to those suffering from your condition. Yet sure as day follows night, I've uncovered a simple way to take back control of your life, stop decay from high blood sugar, and maintain healthy blood pressure levels so you feel better naturally and prevent further health complications, without using any dangerous drugs that always come with risky side effects. Now, pay attention because this is important. Pharmaceutical industry fat cats stand to make a fortune by keeping you in the dark. They do not want you to see this and will do everything in their considerable power to force me to remove this from the web. And while I do what I can to resist them, please understand, I'm just one man. I don't have the resources to fight multi-billion-dollar drug companies, so because I can't guarantee this page will always be available online, please watch it now, all the way to the end, while you still can. Okay? Now, before we get too far, I want to apologize. Here's why. For the last 40 years, people with blood sugar disorders have been treated like a lost cause by medical professionals. This has led to needless suffering, untold deaths, depression, and a lot of good people walking around without any hope. And you deserve better than that. You deserve to feel good, to have hope, to avoid unnecessary suffering, and to look forward to a bright future. And while I have no desire to paint a target on my back for the medical industry to aim at, I place a much higher priority on helping you than on anything else, even if that means I face persecution from those inside the system. To me, it's worth any cost if I can keep good people from suffering. That's why I feel compelled to share what I discovered with you here today, because what I see happening today with those who suffer from high blood sugar and high blood pressure, and the damage that's done before it's even diagnosed, well, it makes me angry and determined to help. Did you know that every 5 seconds, someone dies from a blood sugar disorder? That scientists are now calling Alzheimer's disease type 3 diabetes? Or that those with a blood sugar disease have a 200 to 400% greater risk of heart disease and stroke? That 67% live with hypertension? Or that every 35 seconds a lower leg is amputated because of a blood sugar disease? Or that blood sugar disorders are the leading cause of kidney failure and non-birth blindness, and between 60 and 70% of those with a blood sugar disease suffer painful nerve damage. In other words, in the short time that has lapsed since you started watching, many living, breathing people with family and those who love them have died because this disease is not being managed properly by the medical industry, and many more have suffered needlessly, while millions of others are headed straight towards this and other diseases because they are being told to eat unhealthy foods by a government agency that cares more about protecting corporate interests than promoting the health and well-being of American citizens. That's why I've stepped outside the traditional system to create a method for you to put a stop to, and possibly even reverse, the toxic effects of high blood sugar and high blood pressure, to restore your hope in a healthy future and to provide you with the information and resources to control your condition, not remain a victim to it. I'll share all the details in the next few minutes. First, we need to talk about the real problem you face today. Because unless we address the real issues, how can we find a real solution? Most folks are told they must take dangerous drugs with side effects as bad as or worse than the disorder itself. The real problem is that everyone in traditional medicine blindly trusts the pharmaceutical industry, even though it's big pharma who stands to make billions selling you the products their own research supports. It's a classic case of letting the fox guard the henhouse, and the consequences are just as deadly. In fact, a research report titled Death by Medicine was recently released by 5 honest doctors who are trying to expose the dangers of the modern medical system. Gary Null, Ph.D., Carolyn Dean, MD-ND, Martin Feldman, MD, Deborah Rossio, MD, and Dorothy Smith, Ph.D., revealed that 783,936 deaths annually are caused by American medicine. The researchers concluded that the modern medical system often causes more harm than good and is one of the leading causes of death and injury in the U.S. As a result of this unhealthy system, you've been fed a pack of lies by well-intentioned but misinformed doctors who all too often are educated by the pharmaceutical rep. One of the worst lies is that there is no way to prevent the debilitating effects of blood sugar disorders. Yet, that lie is not even close to the truth. In fact, just the opposite is true. Please, if you get nothing else from what I say here today, know this. If properly managed, you can stop degeneration, possibly even reverse the effects of high blood sugar, and actually improve your health beyond that of a person with normal insulin function. You'll see exactly how in a moment. If you're one of the millions suffering because you've been led to believe Big Pharma's lies, then you must decide right now to believe the truth instead. Because if you don't, you'll suffer needlessly and ultimately experience permanent nerve damage, kidney failure, heart disease, blindness, gangrene, stroke, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, hearing loss, and a growing list of other horrible things associated with mismanaged blood sugar. Not to mention the weight gain, headaches, wooziness, and emotional distress along the way. Listen, this is not what I want for you, and I know it's not what you want for yourself. And most important, it's not your fault. If you want to blame someone, blame the pharmaceutical fat cats who perpetuate the problem. Their insatiable lust for more money, more power, and more control drives them to spend billions on deceptive research designed to persuade doctors that there's no real hope for blood sugar management beyond treating symptoms with a pill. A pill that's so overly expensive that most of us gag when we learn what we or our insurance companies actually pay for it. And Big Pharma loves to cover up the important healing facts that real long-term research uncovers. Their research is done only to please the FDA so they can get more and more drugs approved, knowing that there are likely side effects, serious side effects that harm us more than help us. And Big Pharma doesn't care one iota that real people with lives and families suffer from their profit-at-all-cost decisions as long as the share prices keep going up. Am I saying that everyone in the pharmaceutical industry is corrupt? No. But just think about this. Pharmaceutical companies are run by a board of directors, and these directors have a fiduciary obligation to increase shareholder value, meaning they get fired if they don't make amassing profits priority number one. So when the board meets to discuss where to invest shareholder money, they could choose to focus on a cure, or they can invest in a drug that treats only symptoms. The cure removes a name from their database of lifelong customers, or they can sell you a product that only treats a symptom every day for the rest of your life. Which one do you think they choose? With $245 billion a year up for grabs, the amount spent on diabetes each year in the U.S., you can count on one uncontested fact. There are some who will do anything to make sure they get their share, but they can't just admit what they're doing to us openly. They hide behind what appears to be good science, but as you're about to see, the definition of good can mean very different things to two groups of people. There's what's good for pharmaceutical sales and what's good for your health. Now, one of the biggest cons Big Pharma ever pulled is what they call a medical research study known as UKPDS. UKPDS stands for the United Kingdom Prospective Diabetes Study, and it is the single most respected research study on the effects of blood sugar disorders in the medical field. UKPDS has proven, remember Big Pharma is very slippery, that once a person has a blood sugar disease, even those who maintain good control of their blood sugar levels will continue to suffer worsening health and eventually die of blood sugar-related health complications. And I'm not the only one who believes that the study is misleading and even dangerous to our health. UKPDS has led many doctors to believe that even good blood sugar control won't stop you from getting worse year after year. Medscape published a talk with noted expert Dr. Roy Taylor, MD, professor of medicine at Newcastle University in the UK, where he openly stated that even good glucose control didn't slow down the progression of complications by very much. Dr. Taylor's and many other MD's views for your life are summed up in this statement he made about the UK PDS conclusions. Do the best you can. We'll help you with drugs, but you'll go downhill anyway. On the surface, UK PDS has all the marks of great medical research, good doctors, proper protocols, accurate measurements. But it's a classic case of garbage in, garbage out. All the conclusions hinge on the definitions given to the words good blood sugar control. Now pay attention, because this is where Big Pharma shows its cunning. In UK PDS terms, good blood sugar control equals an A1C test of 7.0, which equates to an average blood sugar level between 155 and 172 milligrams a deciliter. Yet science proves that anything above 140 milligrams a deciliter leads to Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, kidney failure, nerve pain and damage, blindness, gangrene, stroke, beta cell damage. So tell me, why does UK PDS call 155 milligrams a deciliter good when all of these increase when blood sugar levels rise above 140 milligrams a deciliter? Maybe you can tell me. And because the A1C measures average blood sugar levels over a period of several months, it doesn't even consider the periods of time when blood sugar is much higher than 155 to 172 milligrams a deciliter. It's very likely that patients in the UK PDS study and those who follow its gold standard definition of good blood sugar control had blood sugar spikes well over 200 or 300 milligrams a deciliter after meals. Then those highs were averaged down by insulin injections or drug-induced lows to create an average of 155 to 172 milligrams a deciliter. Why? Because most were eating the standard high-carb, low-fat, health food diet the USDA food pyramid recommends. These are the #1 worst foods you can eat, because all of those processed carbs send your blood sugar levels spiking to toxic levels when you eat them. So, even though the average blood sugar levels of the A1C measured in the study participants are 155 to 172 milligrams a deciliter, the A1C actually paints a very rosy picture of the real blood sugar levels and fails to consider the extremely high, toxic levels of blood sugar that are sustained for hours after meals made mostly of processed carbs. Besides which, even if your blood sugar remained constant at the good control levels, you'd still be in serious jeopardy because that's still over 140 milligrams a deciliter. Neurologists at the University of Utah found that patients with blood sugar levels above 140 milligrams a deciliter were much more likely to suffer peripheral neuropathy, a tingling, burning sensation in the hands and feet. And a study by neurologists at Johns Hopkins produced similar results, further confirming that those whose blood sugar levels were above 140 milligrams a deciliter suffered damage to their small nerve fibers, and those with levels above 200 milligrams a deciliter suffered damage to large nerve fibers. Again, these results were confirmed by a study conducted by the Mayo Clinic, and again by the Monica study, where blood sugar levels above 140 milligrams a deciliter were shown to be 554% more likely to experience nerve damage. And in all these studies, many of the patients had never even been diagnosed with a blood sugar disorder. What's worse is that further research has revealed that toxic blood sugar levels actually destroy the cells that create insulin in your pancreas. These cells are called beta cells, and research by Italian scientist A. Gastardelli found that beta cell damage occurs at blood sugar levels over 100 milligrams a deciliter and quickly grows worse as levels increase. And remember, without beta cells, your body produces less insulin and blood sugar levels get higher, causing further damage in a vicious cycle. This was confirmed by research published in diabetes journals, revealing that blood sugar levels above 140 milligrams a deciliter caused an average beta cell loss of 40%, and further confirmed in a series of studies published in the American Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism. Interestingly, these studies revealed that beta cells could recover from the damage up to a point, but it eventually became irreversible, which is why it is crucial that you not delay in acting on what you learn in the next few minutes, because yet another study published in Diabetes Care showed that blood sugar levels within the accepted normal range also increase markers for heart disease. The study scientists stated that blood sugar levels over 155 milligrams a deciliter could be considered a new marker for cardiovascular risk. These conclusions were confirmed by the EPIC Norfolk study, and again by a study published in the Archives of Internal Medicine, where the study doctors concluded that elevated A1C level is an independent risk factor for coronary heart disease in persons with and without diabetes. Further research published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism proved that toxic blood sugar highs lead directly to artery thickening. Still more research published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that when A1C levels rise above 6.4%, the risk of losing heart muscle doubles. But the risks don't stop there. Toxic blood sugar levels increase your risk of Alzheimer's disease. A research study published in Diabetologia stated, in conclusion, our results show that uncontrolled diabetes is associated with increased risk of dementia, including vascular and degenerative dementia. The detrimental effect of diabetes on dementia might be alleviated by effective control of blood glucose. And another research study published in the Journal of Alzheimer's Disease found that in non-diabetic, non-demented elderly subjects, an increase in HbA1c over time is associated with cognitive decline. Such results may have broad clinical applicability since manipulation of glucose control, even in non-diabetics, may affect cognitive performance, perhaps enabling preventative measures against dementia. And Dr. Tim Cook, MD, states that for years, doctors have told patients that if their HbA1c level was below 5.7%, they had nothing to worry about. Turns out, though, that even at this safe level, your risk of getting Alzheimer's disease is nearly twice that of someone with the healthiest HbA1c levels of 4%. As if that's not bad enough, UK-PDS good blood sugar levels also lead to blindness. According to a study published by Tien-Y Wang, more than 60% of retinopathy cases were among patients with fasting plasma glucose levels below 126 milligrams a deciliter. And yet another study, published in Diabetes Care that analyzed over 1,000 patients, found that the steepest increase in retinopathy prevalence occurs among individuals with A1C equal to or greater than 5.5% and FPG equal to or greater than 104 milligrams a deciliter. A1C discriminates prevalence of retinopathy better than FPG. As if that weren't bad enough, a Swedish study of 64,597 people over a 10-year period found a very strong increase in the risk of cancer for participants with fasting blood sugars over 110 milligrams a deciliter. And still further research published in the Archives of Internal Medicine found that A1C levels above 6% seriously increased your risk of chronic kidney disease. And another study published in Diabetologia uncovered that for every 18 milligrams a deciliter increase in blood sugar levels, the risk of death by stroke rose by 27%. Look, I could go on and list even more research studies showing that blood sugar levels, well below those labeled as good blood sugar control by UK-PDS, are directly linked to Alzheimer's disease, heart disease, blindness, cancer, kidney failure, stroke, artery thickening, heart attack, and the list just keeps growing. But the fact remains, all this adds up to paint a very bleak picture. UK-PDS has you targeting blood sugar levels guaranteed to produce a slow decline in health, leading to eventual death. Which begs the question, what will you do? Following a path to certain death seems foolhardy, so I think that's enough about the problem. Now that you know what it really is and why you can't count on conventional Western medicine to solve it for you, let's dive into the details of how you fix things for yourself. The most important thing you can do to avoid complications from high blood sugar is through blood sugar optimization. You absolutely must do this to avoid declining health. And I found a reliable, non-drug way to achieve blood sugar optimization, which I will now share with you, starting with what you absolutely, positively must avoid and why. Now, if you want to avoid deterioration, we just discussed, you got to avoid spikes in your blood sugar levels. Why? Well, for starters, remember that long list of medical research showing the damage blood sugar levels above 140 milligrams a deciliter cause? By keeping your blood sugar level below the UK-PDS good levels, you can avoid all that pain. How do I know? Well, the Kumamoto study followed patients who kept their blood sugar levels from spiking after meals over a period of 6 years. Instead of the inevitable declines seen in the UK-PDS study, patients in this study saw no deterioration. Declining health was dramatically lowered, and those who maintained the tightest control of post-meal blood sugar levels actually saw an improvement in nerve cell function over when the study began. All of these results were achieved by managing post-meal blood sugar. even though the study participants' A1C averages were the same as those in the UK-PDS study. But unlike the UK-PDS study participants, the Kumamoto group never let their blood sugar levels spike above toxic levels to create these dramatic improvements. If all you do is avoid large spikes in your blood sugar levels, you'll immediately reduce your risk of major complications. Now imagine for a second how you'll feel when you do this. Instead of feeling worse every day, you start to feel better. The damage to your body has stopped. Your health improves as your doctor watches in amazement. Your future looks brighter than you've hoped for since you were diagnosed. And you can start to experience this in the next 2 weeks if you'll do exactly as I say. Now, the best part about blood sugar optimization is that you can actually become healthier than people who don't have blood sugar challenges. As I mentioned briefly earlier, the risk of damage from elevated blood sugar levels applies to everyone because the damage begins well below levels that modern medicine call disease. Remember, many of the study participants we talked about had never even been diagnosed with the disorder. In fact, the study conducted by the Mayo Clinic showed that keeping blood sugar levels below 140 milligrams a deciliter improved the survival rate of seriously ill patients by 29.3%. And the EPIC Norfolk Medical Research Study, conducted by the University of Cambridge, which unfortunately used the A1C test, showed that those with an A1C below 5% cut their risk of heart attack in half. Remember, UK-PDS calls good control 7%. These and other evidence point to the fact that blood sugar optimization will improve the health of those who apply it above those who do not, regardless of whether a person is diagnosed as a diabetic or not. Walk with me for a second and see how that looks. Your non-diabetic friends ask, how do you stay so healthy? You love the way you feel, sharing your secret and helping others. Even your doctor has started to ask, what are you doing? And this can be your reality in the next month if you do everything I share next. Now, here's the most important thing of all. It's how you actually stop and possibly reverse the damage toxic blood sugar levels do to your body. If you don't do this, nothing else will matter. It's what I told you about earlier. I'm talking about blood sugar optimization. Blood sugar optimization is the act of maintaining blood sugar levels within optimal levels all day, every day, by eating the right foods at the right times. Now, the reason why you want to eat this way is that it is scientifically proven to bring both blood sugar and insulin levels way down. And according to Dr. Eric Westman, eating this way has such a dramatic impact on blood sugar levels that he must reduce his patients' insulin doses by 50% on the first day of starting. In one study of people with a blood sugar disorder, 95.2% had managed to reduce or eliminate their glucose-lowering medication within 6 months. The study doctors posted the following conclusion after their research. Lifestyle modification using low-carbohydrate interventions is effective for improving and reversing type 2 diabetes. And according to a study published in the peer-reviewed Journal of Nutrition and Metabolism, as well as other studies, your blood pressure should go down as well. And because your blood sugar stays out of toxic territory when you do this, your risk of worsening health as a result of a blood sugar disorder is greatly reduced. You'll feel better than you have in years and have more energy. Now, blood sugar optimization is a multifaceted process, but without a doubt, the majority of the results come by switching to a diet rich in healthy fats, eliminating or seriously restricting processed carbs, and eating a moderate amount of protein. Remember, once you do this, the research I just listed proves that your blood sugar levels remain stable, your blood pressure goes down, and you avoid the damage blood sugar toxicity does to your body. Picture how that feels for a second. You're back in control of your blood sugar. No more headaches, wooziness, or mood swings when it gets out of control. You feel like your old self again. Other people in your life are starting to notice, and it can all start in the next 14 days if you act on what I'm about to reveal. Now, I know that was a lot to cover, and you may have information overload right now. At this point, you basically have two choices. One, you can try to achieve blood sugar optimization on your own, and you may see some results. Or, you can make the smart choice, take the easier path, and take advantage of all my hard work creating Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed tells you exactly what to do to stop or even reverse blood sugar decay, to lower blood pressure, and restore health by normalizing blood sugar below toxic levels. According to human studies, the way of eating revealed inside is proven to eliminate hunger cravings lead to massive fat loss, especially in the first few weeks, to burn the most dangerous kind of body fat, visceral belly fat, dramatically lower triglyceride levels, to increase good cholesterol levels and lower bad cholesterol levels, to show major improvements in type 2 diabetes victims, to lower blood pressure, and improve cognitive function in those with brain disorders. It's the way we were meant to eat, and this will stop the damage to your body and improve your health, even if you've been told to expect more problems from your blood sugar. You've tried to eat healthy and still have problems. You have a family history of blood sugar disease, and even if you've tried everything you can think of and failed. Now, in order to understand what blood sugar optimization exposed is, it helps if you first understand what it is not. Blood sugar optimization is not a dangerous drug with disturbing side effects. It's not magic pills that let you eat candy all day, or injections you must self-administer several times a day. It's not some radical diet that requires monk-like self-denial or any of that mess. Unlike all that, this system is based on one simple fact of life. When you optimize your blood sugar levels, your risk of health problems gets cut to the bone. Now, like I said, you could run out and try to figure this out on your own. It's not very easy. Plus, there's no need to since I've already done the work for you. And let me be completely honest with you. If you're convinced that saving a few lousy bucks is more important than saving your own life, or if you think you already know this won't work and aren't even willing to spend the little bit it takes to stop your health from getting worse, then leave this page right now. Blood sugar optimization exposed is not for you. But if you're ready to stop feeling like a victim, if you want to feel better and fully enjoy life, and you want to possess legitimate hope for your future, and you want to eliminate hunger cravings, lose a lot of body fat very quickly, especially belly fat, and dramatically lower triglyceride levels, if you want to increase good cholesterol, lower bad cholesterol, and see major improvements in type 2 diabetes, if you want to maintain healthy blood pressure levels and enjoy improved cognitive function, then blood sugar optimization exposed is the only solution for you. Now, let's take a look at what you get when you claim blood sugar optimization exposed and how you can start taking your health back today. To discover the secrets inside blood sugar optimization exposed, I spent literally thousands of hours over the last decades studying medical research studies. I interviewed diet gurus, medical doctors, research scientists, naturopathic physicians, chiropractors, and nutritionists from across the globe, some of the most respected names in their fields. Then I combined everything into Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed, a simple 30-page report that condenses down everything I've learned about protecting your body from the ravages of high blood sugar into a 15-minute read. No fluff and no BS. Just the raw information and systems you need to stop the damage toxic blood sugar levels do to every system in your body by next weekend. Here's just a little of what you'll discover inside. The #1 worst type of food for your body, including a complete list of foods for you to avoid. The delicious food demonized by the diet industry, those who make money by keeping us fat, that can provide your body with 10 times more energy than low-fat diet foods, while forcing your cells to burn extra body fat for fuel and increasing your body's ability to use nutrients. The simple test that instantly tells you whether or not you should eat a particular food. Use this when you aren't 100% sure about what to eat. The truth about how food affects your hormones and why this is the reason most folks simply can't lose body fat. Hint, one hormone makes it biologically impossible for your cells to burn fat. Why calories are the last thing you should be counting and what you should track instead. Thank goodness this is much easier than counting calories. How to quickly break your deadly addiction to foods that spike your blood sugar. Delicious foods that make you feel full so you won't ever be hungry. 4 foods you absolutely must avoid at all costs. How to instantly know if any foods are producing toxic effects and what to do if they are. How to shop smart so you eat healthy without blowing your budget. Why doing one of the most pleasant things in life will actually supercharge your weight loss efforts, balance your hormones, and leave you feeling like a new person. How to accelerate your results by eating the right foods at specific times. The 2 types of hunger and how to deal with both. How to blast through sticking points and keep making the pounds disappear. What to do to start today with a bang and give yourself the best shot at success, and much more. Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed is a complete system with all the information and tools you need to successfully change your health by lowering your blood sugar and blood pressure without hunger. And where other programs expect you to make radical changes, inside you'll find options. There's an intensive track for when you want to get rapid results, and a more gradual approach that has you making small changes over the course of a few months. The choice is yours, and the plans are laid out plain and simple for you to follow as you wish. Sold by itself, Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed is normally $97. But because you watched this far, you won't pay near the full price when you claim your order today. You were invited to this special page because you've been selected to participate in a reduced price market test. It's only available on this page and only for a limited time. Even though you're not just getting Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed today, even when you order at the reduced price. When you claim Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed for yourself today, you'll also receive the following value-added bonuses, even when you order at the temporarily reduced price. Because I know that life goes on when you decide to change your eating habits, I've included the Guilt-Free Dining Out Guide, a $17 value, the only resource you need to stick with your plan when dining out with friends. Inside, you'll find the hidden ingredients many restaurants use that'll sabotage your efforts, and how to choose wisely from just about any menu. And look, I know everybody's different, so even though you shouldn't feel hunger while following the program, I've included 11 natural appetite suppressants that actually work, just in case, a $27 value. If you find yourself feeling hungry between meals, just open this up and explore your options for naturally eliminating hunger. And many of these natural appetite suppressants have extra health benefits in addition to be extremely pleasant to consume. And to make your trips to the store even easier, you'll also receive the Blood Sugar Shopping Guide, a $17 value. A lot of food manufacturers have figured out that slapping a health food label on a product is a great way to jack up the price. But many of these are straight up scams, and a few are the exact opposite of what you should put in your body. Inside this easy-to-use shopping guide, you'll find what you should be buying. Hint, they're all very affordable, and where to find some of the more unique items at great prices. Now, any one of these bonuses could easily be sold for $17 to $27, easily bringing the grand total value up to $178. And of course, you could continue to do the things you've been doing and spend 100, 500, or even 1,000 times the reduced price of Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed in the future on medical bills, prescription meds, and emergency surgeries. And you'll continue to suffer the results that made you watch this far in the first place. Yet that is not what I want for you. And I feel like it's important for you to know why I'm giving you such a big discount today. If you're wondering, why is this so cheap? What's the catch? Then allow me to share my mission with you. It's a cause I'm inviting you to join to restore the health and vitality that are our birthright. Above all, the mission is to share the life-changing experience of Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed with 1 million people by 2024. Because there isn't one single source where you can get all of this life-saving information in one place. Trust me, I looked. And in my opinion, making a difference is much more important than making a huge profit. All I ask is that after you claim Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed, you simply share this webpage with as many friends as possible on Facebook and other places so that we can get this life-saving information to as many people as possible. And because I know that in today's economy, a lot of folks are looking for ways to save, and we want to make sure that price is not a problem for anyone who needs Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed, you won't pay $178 or even $97. Your total investment today is only one payment of $67. That's $30 off the regular price. Listen, don't decide now. Take advantage of Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed's 60-day, 100% money-back triple guarantee. If you use the system and don't see a dramatic improvement in your test results or in the way you feel, if you don't feel like you received 50 times the value you invested here today, or if you just don't like the colors we use, send one email and your full investment will be promptly and courteously returned. No questions asked. So if you want to try Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed out risk-free, if you want to feel great, prevent further complications, and regain control of your health, here's what you need to do right now. Look below this video, find the bright orange rectangular button below that says Add to Cart. Put your mouse over it. Now, click it. Then complete the form on the next page to claim Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed for yourself. Plus, if you act now before this presentation ends, I'll toss in my Blood Sugar Supplement Secrets Exposed guide for free. Inside, you'll discover one all-natural supplement that was tested head-to-head against the top blood sugar drugs on the market. In a randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled medical research study against the most popular pharmaceutical drugs, This one supplement performed just as well as the prescription drugs, without any risky side effects. And in another randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled medical research study, this same ingredient was shown to reduce A1C levels by just under 1 full percentage point, from 7.5% to 6.6%. That's a significant improvement and a big step towards optimum levels. This supplement also showed great promise for reducing cholesterol, triglycerides, and overall quality of life. And this was all by itself, not taken in conjunction with the other supplements I recommend for ideal results. The next supplement is shown to increase insulin sensitivity. And in 5 independent, randomized, double-blind, placebo-controlled medical research studies, this one supplement was shown to dramatically reduce inflammation. Inflammation is a major contributor to degeneration for those with a blood sugar disorder, because inflammation reduces the body's ability to use insulin, also known as insulin resistance. As the blood sugar order develops, it causes insulin resistance, which leads to inflammation, which leads to further insulin resistance. It's a vicious cycle that exacerbates the problem and leads to the illnesses we've discussed so far, because insulin is the mechanism by which our bodies lower blood sugar levels naturally. To make matters worse, inflammation also causes your blood pressure to rise. That's why I recommend this supplement to anyone looking to control their blood sugar levels naturally, to put a stop to this vicious cycle. Plus, this supplement has been shown through research to reduce cholesterol, triglycerides, pain, and blood pressure, and it has demonstrated strong antioxidant effects, so it fights to rid your body of cancer-causing free radicals. But taken by itself, this supplement is too easily destroyed by liver enzymes, which is why I recommend one other supplement always be taken with it so your body can use it. And when combined together, these 3 form a powerful synergy that effectively promotes healthy blood sugar levels to achieve blood sugar optimization, while also maintaining optimal, healthy blood pressure levels. Now, this one-of-a-kind super bonus is worth over $37, bringing your total value to over $215. But if you click the button before this presentation ends, you can get it for free when you make just one payment at the reduced price for Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. And remember, you're not just getting a great bargain here today, you're joining a movement to improve the health of the world. The instant you click the Add to Cart button, you'll be taken to a page that looks like this. This is a 100% secure, encrypted order form, so your private information is safe. Once you complete your personal information, click the button at the bottom of the page to claim Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. After your order, you can select any programs you prefer to help guarantee fast results and optimal blood sugar levels. It's that easy. Now remember, if you're following the conventional blood sugar management plan, you've targeted major problems, and if you continue to let the medical industry chew you up and spit you out, you can expect more of the same. After all, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result. So if you keep eating the way you have, you can expect more of the same results that got you here. Yet you can change everything the instant that you put Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed to work in your life. Just picture the moment that happens. You feel better day by day. Your test results improve with every doctor visit, and you feel like your old self again. And that can all happen over the next few months if you click that button now. Because before today, you were a victim of believing Big Pharma fat cat lies. Yet right now marks the moment when you became aware of the truth, and you now know what good blood sugar levels really are and how to reach them. Now you are responsible for choosing what you do with this information. You must either click the button and begin your Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed success story, or continue down the path you were on before. If you continue to accept the medical industry definition of good blood sugar control, you know what to expect. The science proves that you should expect Alzheimer's, heart disease, kidney failure, nerve damage, blindness, gangrene, stroke, and a growing list of other complications. But human studies have shown that the way of eating revealed in Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed is proven to eliminate hunger cravings, to lead to massive fat loss, especially in the first few weeks, to burn the most dangerous kind of body fat, visceral belly fat, to dramatically lower triglyceride levels, increase good cholesterol levels and lower bad cholesterol levels, to show major improvements in blood sugar control, to lower blood pressure, and improve cognitive function in those with brain disorders. That's a lot better than the guaranteed disease high blood sugar brings. And with the Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed 60-day, 100% money back triple guarantee, you have absolutely nothing to lose and everything to gain. Plus, you're always minutes away from help with the support desk, so it only makes sense to grab Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed for yourself right now. Look below this sentence, find the bright orange rectangular button below that says Add to Cart. Put your mouse over it and click to claim Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed for yourself. Now, within 15 minutes when you place your order, you will receive an email with a subject line, Thanks, Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. That email contains instructions about how to access Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. The instant that email arrives, I want you to rush over and immediately read through the program and do what it tells you to do on day one to kickstart your success. There's no reason to wait to start improving your health. If you're like most folks, you'll immediately start to feel healthier when you practice what you learn. That's your body responding to your improved blood sugar levels. It'll take you less than 30 minutes to read, and you may just get more done for your health in those 30 minutes than the medical system has done for you in the last decade. So go ahead and click that big orange button now. I don't want you to wait 1 second longer. If you delay, you may miss out on the reduced market test prices and come back later to find that the temporary discount is removed and the price is higher than it is right now. In fact, if you reach the order form and it lists the price at $87 or $97, it means the reduced price market test is complete and you have missed the boat. But beyond all that, you'll have continued down an unhealthy path longer than needed, possibly causing permanent damage. You'll have missed the chance to feel better and to really be better because, after all, what area of your life won't be improved by better health? Plus, the risk of doing nothing far outweighs the minimal investment of doing something. Remember, at some point, high blood sugar creates permanent damage that can't be undone, but caught in time, much of the damage may be reversed. So the choice is fairly simple. Choice 1 is to continue without Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. If you make that choice, you face the scientifically proven risk of permanent nerve damage, kidney failure, heart disease, blindness, gangrene, stroke, Alzheimer's, osteoporosis, hearing loss, and a growing list of terrible things associated with mismanaged blood sugar, including death. Remember, every 5 seconds, someone dies from complications caused by a blood sugar disorder. So many everyday people suffering from these conditions have breathed their last since you first began watching this information. And I'm sure all of them thought at one point that they'd get things under control. Later. That later turned into next week, then next month, and today it became too late. None of us want that for you, so this really isn't a choice at all. The second option is to try and achieve blood sugar optimization on your own, without the aid of Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. If you choose this path, you have hundreds of hours of work cut out for you sifting through all the advice, good and bad alike, out there about how to eat to improve blood sugar and blood pressure. You'll find, like I did, that there aren't a whole lot of good sources for this information, and the ones that are good are few and far between. In the end, you'll probably find yourself back on this page, grabbing your copy of Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed, possibly at a higher price. And in the meantime, you may cause serious damage to your health if you follow some bad advice. This really isn't a good choice either, which leaves the only other logical option, which is to try out Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed 100% risk-free. With Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed, you have a proven system to stop these complications and possibly even reverse some of the damage toxic blood sugar levels have already caused. Seems like the better choice to me, especially since there's no good reason to wait, because the price is very reasonable and affordable, and what little you do invest is backed by a 60-day, 100% money-back triple guarantee. So my recommendation is simple. Don't gamble with your health. Let's make sure that you avoid unnecessary pain by clicking that button right now. Here's what I want you to do. Look below this sentence. Find the bright orange rectangular button below that says Add to Cart. Put your mouse over it and click to claim Blood Sugar Optimization Exposed. Now,